Hello, my friends, it's January 25th, 2017, and it's time for today's big story. I don't know what the hell happened in the last 24 hours, but it's Zelda madness. There are interviews everywhere coming from Europe about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's absolutely insane. There's so much information. I don't want to cover all of it in this video, but I want to hit some major points, and then I'll link you guys in the description below to all the interviews. You got to check them out. There's so much stuff. I'm going to keep this video spoiler-free, but I will warn you, if you click over to some of the links, I guess there'll be some content you consider spoiler. I would say, personally, nothing huge, but there may be some elements that you don't want to know before the game comes out. So Nintendo's Eiji Aonuma sat down with a whole bunch of outlets to talk about the Breath of the Wild, and he answered all sorts of questions, stuff you expect him to answer and stuff you wouldn't expect him to. I put together some bullet points about stuff I really wanted to make sure I mention here in the video, but like I said, the actual interviews have so much more information, so make sure you click over and check those out. Mr. Aonuma says that over 300 developers worked on this game and it took them 4 years, so that's a lot of time spent on a game and a lot of people. If I recall correctly, Nintendo said this is their biggest game ever, and it seems like it might be that in terms of team size too. Aonuma discusses how he is a big fan of Skyrim and Witcher 3, and he's been playing both of those, and some people might say that there's a little bit of influence from those games in Breath of the Wild. He talks about shrine size, because there's over 100 shrines, and if we look at that leak that came from Amazon for the collector's guide, it seems that there's 120, I think it said. The listing's been pulled now, but 120 shrines. Some of them big, some of them small, some of them with a boss, all kinds of different stuff. He makes a point to say that there's no HD rumble, and there's some confusion going on with this interview. Because people aren't sure if it was translated correctly, if he was saying that the game doesn't feature HD Rumble on Switch, or if he didn't get to use it to its fullest abilities, or if he has ideas that he wants to implement, blah, blah, blah. So don't take this as gospel right now. We'll wait until Nintendo officially confirms, but the general consensus at the moment is the game doesn't feature HD Rumble on Switch. When asked about DLC, he's like, well, the game's not out yet. I can't talk about that. So it was a bit more cagey of a response than we're used to. He discusses how when the game was in development for just Wii U, they were working on a feature for the GamePad where the GamePad would talk to you because you have the Sheikah Slate or the Sheikah Stone, whatever it's called. And there would be portions of the game where that would update, and then the updates will be voiced to you through the GamePad speaker. But obviously, the Switch doesn't have a speaker on like the Joy-Cons or the Switch Pro controller, so they took that element out of both versions, so it's not in either version of the game. Monolith Soft, we go into a little bit more detail about how Monolith Soft is involved with the project, and he says their expertise in working with really large play areas came to great use in this project. It talks about nature being an overall theme for the game and how it's very important and crucial to this experience. There will be voice acting in all cutscenes, so you might see characters or you will see characters outside of cutscenes that won't have voiced dialogue, but when you have, you know, an official cutscene, they will be voiced, so you get a mix of old school Zelda and the new stuff with voice acting. He also goes into greater detail about how the physics engine was causing them a lot of trouble because they would tweak one little thing and then it would completely change another area of the game, and they put in a lot of work on the physics engine, and it was more work than they expected, but they feel the outcome is really noticeable and really improves the experience. Like I said, just a small sampling of the information you can find in these interviews. Some of them are Google translated and some of them are official translations, just putting that out there, but amazing stuff in there. Harry Historian says he played Last Guardian very deeply. Maybe some future Zelda elements will have inspiration from that. Oh, the possibilities. See, there's another snippet. He also played The Last Guardian. He's very close with the creator of The Last Guardian, and he was sent a special copy from the creator. Sat down and played it and did talk about his experience with the game and what he feels about it, and drew some comparisons between Zelda and The Last Guardian. But yeah, check out the interviews. You don't want to miss this stuff. That's today's big story for January 25th, 2017. Thanks for watching and liking and subscribing and commenting and all that good stuff. It's very much appreciated. I don't know what tomorrow's big story is going to be, but I'll be here to cover it, and I hope you'll be here with us too. So until then, have a lovely night and a lovely morning, whatever it is, and I will see you shortly. Hey guys, RMC here from Go Nintendo. If you like what you saw in the video, why don't you give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe? We'd love to have you. If you want to see what else we're up to, you can check out GoNintendo.com for 24-hour Nintendo news. You can visit us on Facebook at Facebook.com/GoNintendo. You can check us out on Twitter at Twitter.com/GoNintendoTweet. And we're even over on Instagram at Instagram.com/GoNintendo. I put all the links in the description just to make it easier for you guys to follow. Thanks a lot.